Hi, this is Steve and Brett coming to you from a secret location in Alaska. And Brett, because of the inclement weather, Brett wanted to do an educational session for all of us. Brett?
Hi, Steve. Steve, today's lesson will be how to make a cook stove out of things you have around camp. What we have around camp is Mountain House beef stroganoff with noodles. I should say we've had this around camp because now it's empty, and we are going to reuse this can to make a new cook stove for us. We're going to
reduce our dependence.
Yes, we're going to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels and reduce our impact on burning wood. In our typical fire pit has been using a lot of wood, and this, when appropriately used, will use a very small amount of previously dead and fallen timber, which is important because we don't have a saw. We're going to make a hole here to feed this previously used and fallen timber in, and then we're going to ventilate along the bottom to allow air to flow in, and ventilate the top to allow some more air to flow out, the heat to rise, as you will, and cook. Now, we do have some things we've already done in preparation for this. We found the lid that we had previously cut out of this, and we're going to reuse this as a floor to keep the heat off the bottom of our can. Alright, we're going to take a little time now to look around camp, find some tools to do this with, and we'll be right back.
Now, Brett, what is this contraption here?
Well, today the tool we found happens to be a Kel-Tec KSG 12 gauge. And we're going to make a mouth. With this mouth, but we don't want it to go through the back. So we've, Steve wisely constructed some 2x4 bracing, and we're hoping that that slows this down. We have some bird shot today, which should be exceptional for this. Remember, plug your ears at home.
Okay, Brett.
Okay, Steve, I think we're ready to open this up.
Well done, Brett.
We're going to continue the operation here today, and the next tool we're going to use is a 375 Ruger. We're going to paint some eyes on that.
Now, how far is that, Brett?
Approximately 45 yards.
Woohoo! Let's put the other one on it. Did you get a little thrill from that?
That sounds real nice. I fortunately have my classified orange ear protection.
Brett, well done.
Hello. You can see now that we have two eyes and a nose or mouth. We're going to ventilate this, possibly build a little nose right in the middle.
Well done.
Now we have found another tool in camp. It's called a Smith & Wesson 500. We're going to ventilate the can a little more, possibly some ears.
Woo! Woo!
So far we have developed a mouth, a few vent holes along the top,
That's
a little
the
vent hole on
eyes.
the side, and it's kind of cute. We now need to continue ventilating along the bottom for functional air and along the top for heat. We're going to use a 9mm for this. For this one, we're going to use both a 9 and a 45 to speed the process up so that we can have ventilation holes on top and the bottom going all the way through in half the time.
Whoa! Whoa!
Steve, now why are we using a hunting knife after this shooting?
Well, to take some of the sharp edges off here.
Good.
But you did use this EC6 to take the top off. Works real well for that. But here we're just taking some, smoothing out some of the edges so they're not sharp for somebody.
Excellent. And we've continued with your work with the EZ6 knife. Enlarged the mouth a little bit. Shockingly, the shotgun was not quite big enough to make a gaping maw that we really wanted. Now we're going to do a little more work, and I've already started on some of this. We took an additional plate, lid, and bent down the edges with the knife. Cut it with the knife, bend them down, my trusty pliers. This is a very important key because you can smooth things up, and on the odd chance that you have an additional hole or two through your stove, you can partially close them. So now we're going to try to install this.
What does that piece do, Brett? What does it really do?
Well, this makes a floor for our fire. So it keeps it from burning anything that it happens to sit on. Need to use a little arm strength there. And,
looks good from here.
It does. It does look good. It looks good from here too. You can see it in there.
Very nice.
In case you're wondering about those extra little holes, we're going to go back to this lid that we had earlier. Cover those up. And now we have an exceptional fire pan on the bottom here. We're about ready to start. There's one major thing we need to do, and that's not all pans are this big. So we're going to shrink this in approximately 3 points, making 6 points of support. Thank you. Well, we took a little time and we smoothed the edges on all of our holes. And now we're going to reshape it a little bit so that it funnels in the heat on the top, a key important part, and also provides extra support for pan. So we're going to bend the sides in just a little bit here. You want to do this gently so you don't tear it, in case you've weakened the structure. What we've done already. And we'll come over here and do a little bit on this side. Started, weakening it in, push it in. Something like that. And you could put a third corner in there, but well, I kind of like our guy, so we're going to leave him like that.
Let me see the top. Very nice. What are you doing? What's your next step?
Next step, we're going to eat dinner. Hi, Steve. We have our pot ready, and now we need to gather a little wood. And the nice thing about here, even in the pouring rain, we can gather a little dry wood from standing trees. So we're going to take a few dead branches, and some have already fallen down. We're going to start our fire. All right.
That's it?
We're just going to have tea today.
Oh.
Just chop off making the log bench around. So cleaned up camp. Now, to load this to start with, I'm going to put it in here and build a little teepee. And then after that, we can feed it through the mouth. And put those nice pieces of dry kindling down on the bottom. Put some larger pieces of slightly rained on but good wood up here. Get that to catch. Then we'll feed the rest of that through. All weather matches. Excellent.
That's a good match.
That is an excellent match. It is an irrepressible match.
What are you going to cook on there, Brett?
We found a little tea. No, we found a little teapot. Would you like to tell them what kind of tea we're going to have today?
Rain tea.
Rain tea. I think we're going to find some fresh pine needle tea today. It's going to be very good.
So how's the fire going? It's just the moss you found really did well.
That match really got things going.
Should be a good Halloween.
It's wood. Look at that.
Well done. How long do you think it'll take for that water to boil?
I don't know. Not very long. We're gonna just load a few sticks in here.
Brett, why don't you lift the fire thing off so we can see down inside, just see how it's cooking.
Sure, it's already getting hot.
It creates a nice chimney down there. Wow, let me pull back. So you might have to be careful not to build too big a fire.
It looks like you could build an awfully big fire here.
Okay. Okay.
Very stable.
How stable?
Very stable.
Having just washed his hands,
Went and found some pine needles on the local trees. Ground them up a little bit. Now we're gonna put them in our already boiling water.
you got some flames coming out the back side here, Brett. That ear might be a problem.
What's your ear doing? Well, that might have been one of those pass-through noses. Yeah, it looks a little hot. That's good. You could roast a hot dog at the same time you make tea.
So what can you do about that?
You could put your finger in there. You could also pound the little flaps down if you really wanted to. But it's kind of cute.
Nicely done, Brett.
All right. We've had boiling water here for a little bit.
How long did it take?
It took almost 2 minutes. I would say just under 2 minutes to get good and boiling water. We put quite a bit of wood in there. So we need to go ahead and cook dinner because that would not have taken half of what we did. This is extremely efficient, even beyond planning. Here's to your health. Don't try this at home.